Hey guys, give it a few minutes, see if anybody wants to join.
If not, we'll just talk to ourselves.
We can do that. We can go eat dinner. We can come back here and eat dinner for everybody.
We could.
That we can. I'm just glad we got StreamYard working.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got StreamYard working. Let's see here. We are on StreamYard tonight. First time we've ever used StreamYard. Let's put this up here. Hoping to get some people to join so that we can test how it works.
Lord is on
hey,
here.
Barb. How are you doing? Just about when we were starting to think that nobody was going to join.
What is that doing?
That is actually the link if anybody wants to come join us on StreamYard.
Oh.
We're trying something new tonight, Barb. Trying StreamYard. We don't usually have the bandwidth to do it. And
we're actually at our own house.
That's right.
With our messy background.
Instead of up at Brooks and David's. But it's great to see you, hon. Barb, did you have any problem joining at all? Was there any confusion on were the two lives poking up like we normally do? Was there any step one, step twos? Was there any issue joining at all, Barb?
It's kind of fuzzy.
You're the only one that popped up so far, so we didn't know if there was any trouble.
She said they have a thunderstorm right now.
Oh, I got you. Oh, boy. That's that Georgia weather for you, isn't it? And how are we coming through, Barb, as far as clarity, mic and camera? We're using my laptop tonight instead of our phones and our microphones that we normally have. I mean, I don't know if you can tell with the thunderstorm going on. We have a thunderstorm up here. It affects everything. But I don't know how the quality is with the mic and the camera.
What's up?
What's going on, Miss Brookie? Miss Brooke, our daughter-in-law's always joined our lives, and I can't say she's never joined our lives. She's just always joined it in person. Hello, Miss Terry. How you doing?
I'm still itching so bad.
Are you still whining?
Yes. It hurt. My back of my leg hurt. I got stung 4 times. 3 times on my arm. You can see how red it is. And then 1 time on the back of my leg. I was doing nothing. Minding my own.
Yeah, then we were talking about that on Facebook yesterday, weren't we?
Yes.
Yeah, Tony said he could hear me laughing all the way down there in Blackshear, Georgia. But I went out there. They didn't bother me.
I know.
Just because you're so sweet, like a flower. Terry, how is the okay, Jesus said she saw one that announced the live. When I clicked on it, nothing was there.
That was probably the one we had done previously, and then James.
I tried to delete that one before the time came around and had this one up with the exact same picture and everything, so that when it came time to click on it, hopefully people would click on this one. Because like I said, we're new to StreamYard, and this is new as in brand new. And this is the first time we've used it. So I tried to put the exact same looking everything up. So when I deleted one and added this one, it would be audio and video look great. Appreciate it, Barb. Then everybody would just click on this one instead. But people may just be getting tired of us having technical difficulties. But it is what it is. You have to do what you have to do out here in the boonies.
Well, the problem, okay, so we've been doing them from our phones. And if you do them from your phone, you have to schedule the live from your phone. But if you change it and do it from your computer, then you can't use the link from your phone, which makes no sense to me.
Do I need to click the StreamYard?
No, you're fine, Brooke.
No, you're fine. If you're on the right one, Brooke, because I canceled the other one. So if you clicked Monday with Night with the PETTWAYs, you're actually where you're supposed to be. Because you click it on YouTube, which is the same thing that Miss Terry from City Girl Country Heart and Miss Barb from Jesus Lord, everybody that joins it actually joins the YouTube link. And I put the StreamYard link in the chat earlier in case anybody wants to come up and chat with us. Just waiting to see if a few more people join so that we can talk about animals. What were you going to ask, Terry?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No. I could have.
She doesn't remember much of anything anymore. I keep her confused. And Terry, I'm trying to take your advice. I think it was you and Barb both actually on a few. I think it was both of you ladies on a few lives backward. Y'all used to let that girl talk some more, because I tend to interrupt.
Yeah, I told him that after the last live we were together. I said, you know that you don't let me talk enough? He said, yeah.
What it is. Hey, Roy's Bees. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Appreciate you coming out tonight. I was going to ask her a question.
He don't know.
Terry, honey, I really don't remember. I don't remember what I ate for breakfast this morning unless Angela reminds me. What was I going to ask? What was it about? Can you give me some context, Terry?
It might have been about the live, how it was coming across.
Maybe. I know Barb answered. I may have been because I was going to ask you that. And about that time, Jesus Lord answered. So the audio and the video were looking great. If that's what we're talking about. Roy's Homestead Bees is where you're in North Georgia, right, Roy? I know that's where Shane and Travis went up and visited his place and got a lot more info on bees. And I think he's up in North Georgia, if I remember correctly. We appreciate you coming out and joining us tonight.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good deal. So it's even taking time from. This is our first time tonight. We were telling everybody, Roy, on StreamYard. We don't normally have the bandwidth. We don't normally have the bandwidth to go on StreamYard, living where we live. We have just above dial-up. So we'll ask periodically how the service is. In fact, if we look on our StreamYard signal strength, it has one dot. When you have the dot, the one bar, the next bar, and the next bar, we only have the one little dot at the bottom. So if we happen to lose everybody, if StreamYard boots us, we will go right back onto YouTube and join and create a live with our cell phone like we normally do. Unless it's right there at the end, unless it's right there at the end. But hopefully we won't lose everybody. You're almost off camera.
Okay.
That's better. You don't want to
you're hogging the whole frame there.
I am not. You don't want to be that close to me, or what?
That's the way you always do.
Y'all like my Sunday best? You see, dressed up with my Sunday best today. My go to church clothes. I see you wore yours too with a low cut V-neck. That's your Sunday go to church clothes too, isn't it?
I didn't know you were dressing up.
They were just here, Barb. They
were being loud, so Brooke took them back up to the house to eat.
Brooke took them back to their house to eat because they were being very loud. They had grandbabies had orientation today at school this evening. Lauren, this is her third year technically because she was in the pre-K Head Start program.
Oh, they just went to bed at 8:00.
Sure.
They never do that.
And then she went to pre-K, and this year she's starting kindergarten. And Landon did not get into the Head Start program, but he is starting pre-K this year. So he is very excited, and except when he gets in front of the teacher, Brooke said, and he was very quiet, very shy today. So we're
He'll
looking.
be fine.
I'm not looking forward to that. Landon is my right-hand man. He does everything with me. Last year when Lauren was in school. He was my shadow. If I stopped, he bumped into me. If I was frustrated, he knew it. Landon did everything with me. I don't know how to do anything myself. Isn't that right?
No.
Mm-mm. So I'm gonna be in shock. I try to convince the kids to homeschool him. Oh, here comes Miss Terry. Let's bring Miss Terry on.
Hello.
Hello there, dear. How are you doing?
Good. Doing real good. Staying busy and dealing with a whole bunch of stuff. I'm doing good.
I hear you on that one. We've heard about a few things you're dealing with. Anything you want to share with us?
Well, yeah, I've had some medical stuff going. My doctor thinks my gallbladder is messing up, so she had them do an ultrasound of everything, and that came back good. But now she had me doing a test called a HIDA test.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna wait for them to call me to set it up and find out what's going on. And we're just going step by step to figure out what's going on with me. Between that and my back, everything's good.
We're familiar. I'm familiar with that. I've had very similar issues in my abdomen area to keep everything on the up and up, how we speak anyway, but in my abdomen area. So I know the issues you're having if they're testing your gallbladder, the symptoms anyway. But we were convinced it was my gallbladder because Angela's had hers removed. They did the ultrasound, they did the CAT scans, and they didn't see any blockages or stones or anything like that. So we were pretty definite that that they were going to do the HIDE scan on me. And we went to see the GI doctor, gastroenterologist, whatever it's called, the GI doctor. That's how I pronounce it.
Later down the road, if
Yeah,
this comes
that one.
back. Okay.
And I'm glad they make doctors. And he wanted to do a colonoscopy first, and I'm glad that there's doctors out there that want to specialize in sticking a camera in certain areas of the body. Because hey Tom, how you doing, sir? Because I can't imagine doctors wanting to have that as a specialty, but I'm glad they're there. And so I had my colonoscopy last week, and they found out I had a bacterial infection in my colon.
Oh wow!
So that's what they're treating for. It's not a gallbladder issue, and which I'm glad because that HIDE scan was the next thing they were going to do. But we still haven't gotten any antibiotics for it because he said that it was a $2,000 prescription, and that the insurance will be fighting him on it. It'll take about 2 weeks to get it. He said, you'll get it. You'll inevitably get it. It'll end up coming from a specialty pharmacy somewhere. That's what he told us. So we'll go back and forth with the insurance company, and eventually you'll get it. But he's giving me stuff to control the symptoms, which is the main thing. Get those symptoms controlled, until I can get it fixed.
My doctor asked me, she goes, have you ever had any infections in your intestines before? And I said, yeah, I had colitis back in 2012. And the doctor that did the colonoscopy for me then, he told me afterwards that to eat beets and drink the beet juice.
Hey, Henry.
Because there's something in there that'll keep the infections out of the intestines.
Beet juice.
Beet juice. Okay.
Yeah, because he said when he was in medical school training to be what he does, that he had gotten colitis and his professor told him about that.
That's not. I heard down here. Henry wants to say hello. Come here, Henry. Come here. Say hello to everybody.
He doesn't understand.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, you're gonna really come say hello? Okay.
Say hey.
Say hey. Henry said hello to everybody.
Hey, buddy.
All right, camera hog.
Okay, get down.
I'm down. Get down. Get down. Like having a 200-pound toddler.
I just want to figure out what's going on with me because I'm stressing out
all these people
about it.
talking. Get down, baby. Get down. Get down.
So what are we going to talk about tonight?
One thing we're going to talk about now is animals. Figured that's the only reason we're trying the StreamYard. Anybody that wants to join, I'm going to put the link up again, and anybody that wants to join, we have very slow internet here, so everybody so far, nobody's complaining about anything, so we're not going to bring a whole lot of people at once. So anybody that wants to join, anybody cute chihuahua, anybody that wants to join, that's right. Can jump into the green room or let us know, and eventually we'll talk about our animals. Whether it's a dog, whether it's a cat, we want to hear about everybody's animals. And if we get around to talking about ours, that's great. We've done some videos on ours. We hadn't done a whole lot lately. We hadn't done videos on. We have 8 pigs. Last time we made a pig video, I think we had 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had 3 because we talked about Oreo, and we talked about that we had several pigs from several Yankee pigs, and a dog got some of them. And we had Oreo. Yes, so we only had 3 last time. So we've got several animals, but we're not here so much to talk about ours. We'd like to talk to some of like to see some of our guests that came on and talk about their animals. What have you got at your place, Terry?
Right now I have 6 chickens. 3. I got let's see, 4. I got 4 chickens a couple years ago, and it was supposed to be all 4 hens. I had been looking at them online, and the guy I was dating, he was looking because he was at different places he would go and talking to people, and I kept coming across this one ad on Craigslist, And it turns out that the guy that was selling these chicks through Craigslist happened to be his cousin. And his cousin told me they were all hens. I got them home, and my neighbor's brother comes over. He goes, "That one's a rooster. That one's a rooster." I said, "No, they're all hens." He goes, "No, those two are roosters." Sure enough, he was right.
Funny.
I have a barred rock hen and rooster. I have a golden lace Wyandotte hen. Let's see. A Rhode Island red hen. A Polish hen, which is the one chicks I have now. And it's either an Easter egger or an Americana for the other one.
She said, "No, you have." I didn't catch the second rooster. I know one was a barred rock. What was the other rooster?
The other rooster that I butchered last year.
Oh, butcher. Okay.
Yeah, he got butchered. He turned out to mean he was mean. He was downright mean.
They can be that way.
I forget what breed he was. They said he was supposed to be an Americana. He was gorgeous. But yeah, he ended up becoming chicken soup.
Chicken soup. That's right. Chicken soup's good for the soul.
Yeah, but that meat with a rooster, depending on the rooster and the age, that's some tough meat.
Yes, it can be. It can be. I was mentioning last week.
Wow, Thomas, that's a lot. You have more animals than we do.
Thomas, we need pictures of all those.
10 inside cats.
Yeah, we need pictures of all those for the live's over, Thomas. Maybe you could just join us here, Thomas. You just join us on the live, Thomas, and walk around with the camera, and that way we can get pictures of all of them. Hey, Garden State Gardener, how you doing, sir? Garden, how you doing? Well, that's good, Terry. You've got a lot of heritage breed chickens, which I've always loved the heritage breed, and I envy that because our chickens, I went out when we started, I wanted to stay heritage breed, and I guess I fell into the getting good deals and barnyard mixes, so I got away from the heritage breed. Hey, Patty, how you doing, hon? So we got away from it. We still got some heritage breed, but eventually I want to get back down to a heritage breed flock.
Well, with my chickens, I mean, I like the fact that some of them are dual purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the Rhode Island Red is, and I know the Barred Rock is. But the Barred Rock is very consistent with laying eggs. And my Barred Rock hen, she's actually the smallest hen I have.
Really?
But she gives me double yolkers.
I'll be darned.
She gives me eggs that are like almost 3 inches long. They're huge. I don't know how on earth she does it, but she does.
No, Brooke, no, we're not going to let you accumulate that many cats.
No, I wouldn't want to do that, no.
Brooke has a cat fetish. And Brooke, our daughter-in-law.
I have one. He followed me home 4 years ago and never left.
Brooks don't follow her home. Brooks sees a cat on somebody's front porch and then brings it home and she goes and gets it and steals it and tries to convince us she found it in the middle of the road.
That's a good way to do that.
That's right. So yes, Brooke and David lived with us for a while they were finishing her house up there. So all of her cats, she about has them convinced now that they don't still live here. When they moved up there, they just thought, we like it better down there, so we'll just hang out down there. You know, the kids aren't running around chasing us, grabbing our tails and stuff like that. But so we had to keep throwing them outside, knowing they had a place to go, you know. But her cats, we call them dirt road cats, heathen cats. And Brooke says she rescues them.
But the thing is, I bet you don't have a mice issue there either.
Her cats are too lazy to catch mice. They get fed too well. Yes. Her cats will watch mice run across the yard. Think, nah. And they go back to their food bowl.
I was standing out front of my neighbor's house because when the kids would go to school, I'd go over there and have my coffee. And one day we were standing there in the sun, and we were hearing this crunching behind us. And one of the stray cats that he feeds was eating a mouse.
Yeah, they don't let any part of it go to waste, do they?
No, thank you.
We have our outside cat is Geronimo. When Geronimo first came up, he wasn't even old. He was a stray. He wasn't even old enough to be away from his mama. He wasn't as big as my hand. Let's see if I can get my hand. Where's it? There it is. He wasn't even as big as my hand. And it was when we got our first 3 pigs. And they were right here beside the house because when we got them, as usual, I'm very bad about setting my infrastructure up before I get the animals. So when we got our first 3 pigs, it was a heck of a deal. And we had a pen for the dogs, and it was overgrown. So I said, well, heck, it was made out of cattle panel and chain link fence. So I said, and so we'll just put them in there and let them eat it down. So we put the pigs in there. You couldn't even see them. You see the grass moving every now and then. And we put them in there, and next thing we know, there's a kitten down there with them. The pigs didn't bother the kitten. You'd see finally you get to where you can see the little piglets, and the kitten would be laying on top of them. And didn't want anything to do with us. That kitten wanted nothing to do with us. It was scared to death of us. It would eat pig feed. We try to put kitten food out there. It'd eat the pig feed, slop, whatever. But finally, the cat, as the pigs continue to get bigger and bigger, and we moved the pigs into pens and back into the backyard and back down in the woods and this and that. Well, the kitten stayed where it was. Finally, long story short, became my friend. Well, now the kitten loves us to death. That's the one that Angela always talks about in the videos. It doesn't let her pick in the garden because every time Angela sticks her hand out to pick something, the cat gets in the way. But every night when we go to feed the dogs, the cat has to have dog food first. She has to have dog food and has to have loves, and then she'll eat her cat food. But she has to have dog food first.
His name is Geronimo.
Yeah, his name's Geronimo. He didn't have a name for 3 years?
Yeah, we decided to finally give him a name.
Instead of Kitty. Lauren named him Baby Kitty.
And then our other cat, who was not the mama kitty, she called her Mama Kitty.
Because she was a bigger black cat and he was a little black cat. So they were Mama Kitty and Baby Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that. I like the ones I find in the woods the best. They have the best personalities. Millie. Yeah, Brooke got Millie as a full-grown cat or whatever, and thought it was a
girl.
Thought it was a girl cat. When Millie got here, I changed her name to Milton because he had a couple of unique characteristics on his backside. So I changed his name to Milton. She refuses, and she calls it Millie still.
Well, this cat, he was maybe a month and a half, 2 months old. One day during the summer in 2017, this is when my husband was sick. He followed me home, kept rubbing it against my feet and purring and meowing and would not leave. And I was like, God, I'm getting rid of the cat we have now. I don't need another cat. This cat's got to go to the shelter. And at the time, the shelter that was across from the park we were living in, they, 3 months before, it turned to a no-kill shelter. And I took my cat back that we had because it was attacking my daughter, my son, and that cat, within 3 days, it was off the website, so I adopted it.
That's awesome.
But this cat, my husband fell in love with. It was a boy, like he was wanting. The cat has never left. He's gotten outside and gotten under this house several times. But we can chase him around the house, and as long as the front door's open and the screen door's open, he'll run right back in.
Shoot, yes. That sounds like Brooks' cats. We can chase them out of the house, and they'll beat us back in before we shut the door.
I don't chase this one out of the house. He sneaks. If the screen door isn't shut all the way, he will squeeze out that door.
Her cats are the opposite. They try to sneak in the door.
Yes, that's right.
But Snape has quit doing that.
Yeah, he has. The Brooke made and this is true. The comment she made on there when they first moved in here, Snape's the one that we really call the dirt road kid. He has no manners, and Brooke found him on a dirt road.
I'm sorry, I'm itching, guys. Those
yellow jackets things from yesterday were getting her, but Snape would try to go over there and get.
I've tried everything. To put what on it?
Blue Dawn, like the original Dawn dish soap. It works for fire ant bites too.
I only have the Walmart brand of that.
It works.
Okay.
It works for fire ant bites.
Never heard of that.
The off-brand does too?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like in your video that you put out the other day when you were butchering the quail.
Yeah, about the comfrey?
Yeah, and that guy said it takes the itching stops in like 20 minutes with Blue Dawn. I'll put it on the bites, or I'll use a spray bottle with soapy water in it, and I'll spray it on there, and within seconds, the itching stop. It doesn't
Ooh.
bubble up. It doesn't get those blisters. And yeah, it may itch off and on, but the sting and the itching real bad at the beginning, gone.
No, that's good to know. That's real good to know.
Yep.
Tom, I bet you don't have any rodent problems there.
No, he don't. I've been looking at his videos, and them pigs are some nice looking pigs.
Yes, they are. We've got one of Tom's pigs down here, Oreo. We had, I don't know if you remember, if you were on, we had three of them, and we have one left, and Oreo that we're hoping to turn into a sow. And she'll start growing. Her growth got stunted by a canine attack that caused a big abscess. Her growth got stunted. If she'll come back and start growing again, we were going to turn her into a sow. But Brooke, the dirt road cat Snake that moved in down here, when they came in, he thought he'd get in and get real sneaky and get the chickens. So he jumped into the chicken pen. He did it twice before he learned, and that didn't take long for the chickens to have him cornered, pecking the living daylights out of him. And he was out there screaming and hollering, "Hey, Wholesome Roots,
hey, Rose, how you doing?
Rose, how you doing?" My mind went blank. How you doing, Miss Rose? Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Well,
we have left a link. I've dropped the link in again, Rose. We are trying to get that. We want to talk to everybody about their animals tonight. If you feel like coming on with us, you are more than welcome to. We'll bring you up and let you talk about your animals. We're happy you're here, but obviously there's no pressure to join, hon. If you want to, you're more than welcome to. Looks like you guys had a blast down in.
Getting up.
Right. Looks like you guys had a blast on your vacation, Rose. We are very happy that y'all were able to get out and enjoy your vacation. That's a good thing. I know it doesn't happen very often with the farmstead and the homestead.
Hopefully next year I'll be able to take the kids on vacation if I'm able to get my license.
You've taken a big step that direction, though, Terry. That's awesome.
Yeah. To have my EEG
you have gotten a big
back
step.
as normal, and that's the first time it's ever done that in my whole life, is huge for me.
That is awesome. That was definitely some big news.
Yeah.
Definitely some big news.
Rose, it's been a long time since I've seen you in a live stream. You need to pop up and talk about your animals, because I saw them cows that you put pictures of up.
Rose, how'd it go with the fence this weekend? Did y'all get it done? We were certainly praying for it, wishing we were over there to lend the labor with you, but I sent you a note about that. But how'd it go this weekend?
Pigs everywhere.
Pigs everywhere.
We just got our pigs. They just got the pigs moved into electric. As a matter of fact, Brooke drove up tonight. She was like, "Oh my God, the pigs are out." I was like, "No, they're not out."
They're not out. That's right.
It looks like they're out because the
two-strand electric,
and they're right up. They're not far from the house. I had that fear the other day. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Then I realized they were supposed to be there.
Oh, this Saturday. Okay, Rose. This Saturday. To look at the calendar, then I was thinking it was last Saturday. Okay. Let's see what we have going on this Saturday. Well, I don't remember. Let's see what we have going on this Saturday.
Did you take part in any of that butchering of the quail?
No.
You did the inside stuff.
Yeah, I did the cleaning and the putting it in bags.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really do a whole lot of the butchering. Even with we butcher chickens, I'll cut up the meat, but I'm not digging out lungs or any of that stuff.
She does the final side of it. Like we did the. Go ahead, Terry. I'm sorry.
Getting used to that smell when you butcher chickens, that takes some getting used to. I don't like that smell. But one thing for me, even if I did have a man here, I'd want to learn how to do it, because what if there's that SHTF and there are no men around to do it for you? Somebody's got to do it so you can eat.
Yes, there is, Tom. You're right. That's why I said I've got to check our schedule out. We love Rose and Ryan. We've only met them one time, and we hit it off when we were over there. And so, yes, there is that. That's why I said I've got to check and see what's going on this weekend because we couldn't. I thought they were doing it last weekend, and we could not make it over there. They hadn't been able to get enough help. Rose was having to go as far as trying to ask to pay for help, and I hate to see a fellow homesteader and homesteader do that. I can't stand to see that.
How far is Rose from you?
Rose, it takes about a half hour to get to Rose from our house.
Oh,
The way I drive, yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, it's only about a half hour drive from here, so it's not bad at all. And we found them during the tornado, just haphazardly. We found them during the bad storms that came through, the bad tornadoes that came through.
Then after her, you can come up here. Yeah, that's a little ways away to.
Tom, it's at least 35, 45 minutes up there, brother.
Yeah, it's a bit far up there.
Yeah, who was that? I'm trying to remember the fella lives in Missouri now that actually hooked us up. It's a common YouTube subscriber hooked us up. And I can't even remember. Rose will probably remember right who it is, and my mind went blank. That hooked us up.
He's in New York.
Yeah,
he's quite the ways.
He's way in New York.
Rose, James, and Angela are probably 3.5 hours from me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wouldn't be any more than 3. Because we can be in Greenville in if we drive hard, we can be in Greenville in 3, so we can probably be in you in 2.5, 3. Easy.
Yeah. Because Greenville, depending on which way you go, is 45 minutes from me.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take 85, yeah, you'd probably be here in 2. Because people don't go slow on 85.
No, that's for sure. No, they don't. 85 is like a speedway. That's for sure.
We actually lived up that way for a few months.
We lived over in, I had 2 branches. I had a branch in Spartanburg or Welford and a branch up in Charlotte. And we lived in Columbus, North Carolina, right across the line, right outside of Harrisonburg.
Okay.
Or the little crafty town. Between
Hendersonville,
right between Spartanburg and Asheville is where we lived.
Okay.
In Columbus, North Carolina.
Rose, Jason, and Robin from Big Bear Homestead, when they come to Anderson, they're like 2 streets over from me. Because they're like a half hour, 40-minute drive from me.
Now, is Big Bear they're in South Carolina, or are they in Georgia? They're in Georgia.
They're in Georgia. They're in Elberton, Georgia.
Elberton, that's what I was thinking, because I was thinking that 2 family came down to visit them, and they said that they were in Georgia. That's what I was thinking.
That's a lot of zucchini bread. The Elders Homestead. They're in Granton, Wisconsin.
Hey, the Elders, thanks for joining us again, guys. Great to see you. I almost missed 30 mini loaves.
I would love to bake mini loaves of zucchini bread. Why am I not able to, James?
You haven't found anybody to fix your oven yet. But I figured out what was wrong with it.
Ooh, he figured out what was wrong with it.
Okay, I gotta ask this because a little birdie told me that you were an electrician.
Yes, not by trade, but my dad was a master electrician, and I learned a lot about. I learned a heck of a lot. I picked up a lot of his skills. Yes,
he's not an electrician, but he can do the work.
Yes, but I'm not a licensed. Yes, I can do the work. I'm not licensed.
With knowing some stuff, and with YouTube, all the DIY stuff that's all over YouTube and Google. And it's August now, and Thanksgiving ain't down.
Yes.
How hard would it be for you to do, James?
Oh, fixing the oven? It's not hard at all. It's a matter of, Terry, we talked about me being a procrastinator. And the thing is, Angela, being a pampered chef, which I see a question for you there.
Yeah, I need to see. I know they have something. It's they have. Hold on, I have to look it up.
She's looking, Rose, but. Angela being a pampered chef consultant, she has all this. She's got a pampered chef, the air fryer. She's got a pampered chef, the convection little mini oven. So you can make mini loaves.
But you can't put a bunch of stuff in them little air fryers like you can in a nice size oven.
I agree.
And you can't put a 20-pound turkey in an air fryer either.
This is if my wife. I'll be honest, if my wife was not such a good wife and did not figure out how to do stuff without her oven
A
and
very
keeping me
patient
fat
wife.
fat and happy, I probably would have fixed it by now. It is my fault 100%, especially when I think I figured out what the problem was. And
Yes, we do have a mini loaf pan. I thought we did. It's like it has like 6. Hold on, it has like 8. I don't know if you can see this in the picture. Can you see that? It has like 8.
oh, there you go.
Hold on.
This
Wrong way.
This way. There you go.
There you go. That's what it looks like.
How much is that?
27. It
That ain't
Henry.
bad.
all of their
I need to
all of
order
their
some stuff.
Henry wanted to. Henry, get back up, baby. Why don't you go find a cat? Go find a cat.
No, we don't actually have a convection oven. That's not true, James. We have a toaster oven and an air fryer. Toaster oven
No.
and air fryer.
If you like the toaster
Totally
oven,
different from convection.
no. If you
Totally different.
open the door, you crack the door and put a fan in front of it. It stirs the
Man.
egg. I'm trying, Terry.
I will say, Rose, that I'm not just saying this, but all of their like bakeware is really good and nothing sticks to it. James, go grab
Move, Henry. I'm being told to do something. Move. What?
the should be a blue pan right there. On the shelf down there. Nope, you don't see one.
Mm-mm.
The blue on it. Okay, never mind. I was going to show you one of the pans, but I don't know where it is.
I have one of the pizza stoneware, the pizza ones for the oven. My son one day, last year or year before, was going past the one Goodwill. And there's a box of books and a pizza stone and a couple of pans in there sitting next to a dumpster. So my son grabbed it and brought it home. And I looked up the books. It was like over $100 worth of books.
Really?
They were not cheap books. They were thick cookbooks.
I don't know where it is. I thought it was there, but never mind. I love their stoneware. I don't really use anything that goes in the oven right now. Like I can't use my pizza stones. I can't use any of my stones. I guess I could technically take it up to Brooke's house and use her oven.
James, you're about to get Patty. Me?
Brooke said that for the price of zucchini bread, I could use her oven.
Yes. I love zucchini bread too. Okay, so if I fix your oven, I'll get more zucchini bread.
Yeah.
Because I love some
Yeah.
zucchini bread. Yes.
You'll get all kinds of stuff.
Benefits. You can get all kinds of goodies out of the oven. It's just got to be working.
Yep. Yeah, I guess I can. I'll have to think about that then.
We know we're like 90% sure we know what the problem is too. Like it really is just taking it apart and going and getting the part and putting the part back on. And literally it's probably a job that I could do. So I may just do it myself. Give them to me. No.
My stuff works. Hey, Tom, did you say I wore my I dressed up for y'all tonight? I wore my Sunday best, my Sunday bibs. I want to make sure y'all realize that. Next week I might wear a t-shirt and a tie. You never can tell what I'm gonna wear.
That
That's
would
right.
be attractive.
That's right. Can't ever tell. So, James, as soon as you fix the oven, I'll come down and see you. I ain't never gonna fix the oven.
Then you'll really get clobbered now.
That's right. Oh, shoot. Rose, the farm animals. You've got coons, if I remember seeing in the picture, right?
Yes, she was talking about the
That's
Cooney
what she
Coons.
said. She's selling 6 of them.
Yes, 7 of them, 6 or 7 of them.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah.
I must have stepped away when she was talking about them.
No, you just missed the.
Missed the comments?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
And she said that somebody's having the sow's fixing to have them.
Excuse me. Oh, Sal's fix have more?
Here it is. But our other sows do this week. There it is. See?
Wow.
Wonderful.
You're gonna be.
Oh, look.
thinking
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
Okay.
know
They're
we could
selling
do
seven.
that.
Yeah, I forget. Well, this is our first time on. Okay. So we're selling 7 baby coonies. Okay.
So he can't miss the comment now. See that?
That's right. So you just throw them up there and I won't miss them. See?
Yeah.
Pretty neat. I've never done that before.
And the other one's due this week.
I haven't played around with StreamYard yet either. I use it when I go live, and I haven't really played around with it. It's like the first time I had someone up was when I tried the Vegemite.
How does that taste?
Salty. It's got a beef bouillon flavor to it. But
Wow.
one thing I found out is like, and I had people tell me, and you can use it like a soup base too. I have a friend of mine, she lives over in Australia too. She said if you ever get sick and you want some beef broth, just mix them in some hot water and you got broth. I was like, okay. And but I found out that because Darren did that video of the Vegemite and cheese scrolls. So one night I had the munchies. So I got some toast, put some Vegemite on there, and put some mozzarella cheese, and heated it up in my air fryer to melt the cheese. And it's not salty at all.
Really?
I have that, at least 3 times a week now?
Huh.
So is that, and I actually put the Vegemite on thicker on the toast. And I love it.
Good.
Screenshot.
And both my kids tried toast and crackers with Vegemite on it, and they both said it's not bad.
You know, I remember another thing about Vegemite that I don't think I can get over I don't know, it's the aura, I think it's a head thing with me. But I don't know if you've watched the Vegemite challenge with La Farms, and they put it on their wings and they loved it. They said they enjoyed they made a wing sauce out of it. And they said it was good on chicken wings.
I haven't tried some different ways to make videos on it.
So you piqued my interest, elders, with the zucchini jerky. It looks like it piqued Brooks' interest. I see y'all answering down there. So I had never heard of that or thought about that. So is this one? This is the okay. So this is the zucchini. That sounds good. That
sounds good.
Very good. Half a cup of teriyaki, 2 tablespoons of water, and a slice of zucchini thin. Let it marinate for 2 or 3 hours and dehydrate.
Your husband says it tastes like jerky.
I'll be darned.
We did not have the zucchini issue this year. I'm actually fixing to replant our zucchini, but they were coming in like hot and then dead.
I'm gonna be pulling a bunch of weeds this week. I went out today because I bought a weed whacker the other day, and my son was out there weed whacking while I went to the doctor's, and I found some more volunteer tomato plants.
We were telling.
My carrot flowers are going to seed, so I have to get out there and make sure they don't go all over my garden because I'm saving the seeds.
Do I have a dehumidifier or a dehydrator? I don't have a dehumidifier. We did when we lived in West Virginia. We had to because the house had so much humidity in it. Oh, you have to shave off the skin so the zucchini doesn't shrink. Huh, it's a secret.
Okay, that's a good point.
Oh, yeah.
You like that little feature. He likes that feature.
I knew I've been meaning to use it, and I forgot until you showed it. Yeah, I forgot until you showed it. I had to watch a couple tutorials today on a couple of YouTube University tutorials on StreamYard so I could figure out how to use it.
What are coconut aminos? I've heard about them. What is that? Can somebody explain that one to me?
I bet Rose can. Rose knows a lot about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I've heard about them before.
She's had to learn a lot of things because of her Hashimoto's.
Oh.
What's zero mean, Thomas? What is that?
I don't.
He's probably doing an open mouth, like that.
Probably that's supposed to be like an emoji. That's the Yankees form of saying "wow." Is that what that is?
I do have a dehydrator. Also, my air fryer is also a dehydrator too.
Yeah, I can dehydrate in mine also. So I actually have. If I use my air fryer, I have 3.
It's a soy sauce substitute. Okay.
Coconut. Will the coconut? That's a good point, bro. Will the coconut aminos make it taste like coconut, Rose?
So Bragg's like the
Bragg's makes a good one. Okay.
Like apple cider vinegar Bragg's.
With the mother.
He said the cat walked on the keyboard.
Which one, Thomas? That's important. And which what was the name of the cat of one of the 30 cats that walked on the keyboard? Oh, tastes like soy sauce. Okay.
Okay, I might have to try that.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you
So
get that?
no coconut flavor, Brooke.
So why would you get that instead of soy sauce? I'm just curious. Does it have something to do
Soy
with?
sauce is really salty.
I like the salt.
I know, so do I. That's part of my problem. Is
I don't
like
have any
salty
issues
stuff.
with. I don't have any issues with like salt messing with me. I don't have blood pressure issues or anything like that. So
Me neither. But if I eat too much salt, I retain water really bad.
yeah, I don't have that. That's one thing. The only time I retain water is when we go on cruises. And then as soon as we get off a cruise ship, by like that night, my completely fine.
So Rose,
he said which cat? Vanessa.
Yeah, Vanessa. Okay. He said there's only 10 inside. I had it mixed up between 10 and 30. Vanessa did. Okay. All right. So Rose, what's the reason between using the coconut amino versus the? Okay, there she goes. It's better for you. It has healthy stuff in it. Okay. All right. And it's not soy. Okay. I got you. It shouldn't be. Okay. I got you. All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll have to look at that and see if they've got it over at Food Lion.
Yeah, that definitely sounds good.
I'm trying. Ever since I was young, my seizure medicine and I've had other doctors tell me this because my hands will just randomly swell in my feet. And they said that was one of the side effects of my seizure medicine.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
It's like I was talking to my doctor today with that shot. She told me which one she thinks would be better for me to get if I get it. But she said that I need to talk to my neurologist and see what the neurologist says. So I have to call my neurologist or email her.
Hey, Baba Jean, Michael, MB, whichever one or both, or how y'all doing?
But because of my seizures and my epilepsy, because I asked the pharmacist, because anything medicines I take, even if it's over the counter, I ask my pharmacist if it's safe for me to take, because there is so much I can't take with my seizure medicine, because it will cause me to have seizures. Like there's essential oils, I cannot use that oil because it'll cause me to have seizures.
Gotcha.
Terry, we have that in common as well.
Hi, MB Heritage.
Bobby, the reason I'm glad you joined, we're on StreamYard, as you see, Bobby, and I was trying to reach out to Michael. I've been on YouTube University today to learn more about StreamYard. We have such struggling bandwidth here, but I was having issues. I had it figured out, so I thought, and I was having some issues. I don't know, about a half hour before, and I had some questions, and that's what I had reached out to Michael, and Michael I couldn't get in touch with him, so that was why I called you. Said, "Hey, are you anywhere around, Michael?" Because I had a couple questions before we went live on StreamYard that I couldn't get figured out. But as you can see, we got her figured out. But that was why I had reached out to y'all before the live, so that we could so that I could get a couple questions answered. But I'm certainly glad you got on here, and that garden's a full time. That garden of y'all's is beautiful, so it's definitely gorgeous. More important to get that picking done.
It's gorgeous. They've got a nice garden.
So they're inside cats. They're 10 inside cats.
I think possibly he's trying to speech to text, and he's hearing you, and it's texting what you're saying.
Inside cats, Vanessa. How's that working for you, Tom?
I don't know for sure, but
that's what it looks like.
So.
Yeah, I think it is. So his 10 inside cats are Vanessa. Wait, let's put this up here. We got to put this one up here. So Tom's 10 inside cats' name are Vanessa, Lackey, Tiger, Sylvester, YouTube, University, Today, and learn more about StreamYard. But I think you're right. I think his speech to text is picking me up. Henry, what's wrong?
Because you're so quiet.
You need to go outside. Let me put him outside.
You're super quiet.
Come on, Henry. Let's go outside.
Brooke, I found something a while back, years ago, because of my weight issues. being like a
Get ready.
roller coaster as a teenager.
Go get ready.
That if you shred up carrots real fine and put it with like ground turkey, it's actually really good.
So it's a way to stretch out your turkey too.
I did that. My doctor told me about that, and she also told me to
I'm
put some
stuff on.
paprika in there, and it's actually really good. I do that. My kids would not eat carrots when they were young, so I would shred up carrots with the small grater and put it in my meatloaves. And I put other seasonings in there and everything and make it so soak up the marinade I put in there, and it would make the carrots dark, and they wouldn't even see it, and they ate it. It was actually really good.
Well, elders, if you all would like to come on and join, you're welcome to. MB Heritage, Bobby, you know you're welcome to join. I know you've been in the garden, so I certainly understand if you don't want to, but you're welcome to join too. Anybody wants to talk about their animals or anything else? That was originally what this live is about, but as usual, we just talk about whatever we can. We're so happy Terry came on to join us. So
you know Darren's going to be upset that he missed this.
Yes, that's I was so hoping. Yeah, I tried to call him on FaceTime. Well, actually, I shot him a note to see if he was on Messenger, and then I was going to call him.
Out cold.
Out cold.
Oh, is he really asleep? I got you. I've been
trying to wake him up for a while.
Yeah, I was hoping he'd be available. He hadn't missed one since we started him, so we've got this group that's on here now. What are you doing?
Looking at
he must have not slept well last night because he'd be up if he wasn't.
Oh yeah, definitely. Darren is truly and we hit it off from about the get-go. He's truly my brother from my other mother. There's no doubt about it. He loves our kids. He loves my wife. Darren, he never met the man, and I guarantee you we'll hug so tight when we see each other, we'll break each other's ribs probably.
I can guarantee after he's finally able to make it over here, you'll be one of the first places we go.
Yes, ma'am. There's no doubt.
I can guarantee.
We can't. They can't wait. He's this is the YouTube community.
Vicious. One of their cats' name is Vicious.
Vicious.
We had a dog named Diamond.
Yes, we did. What does Brooke say? I like to mix my mashed sweet potatoes with my turkey. Oh, I got you.
That's good too.
I love Mr. Odin. Wholesome Roots, her baby. Such a cute little fella.
Oh,
yeah.
Brooke, you can also do roasted sweet potatoes and carrots like that. I like doing. If I have a small butternut squash, I'll get a couple sweet potatoes and cube it up with my butternut squash, and I'll cover it in olive oil and pepper, and I'll roast it like that, and it's actually really good. And if I have fresh radishes, I'll put fresh radishes in the oven and roast them for a little while. They are so good.
Have we tried that? What did we try in the oven? Because I've heard that about radishes too. We tried something one time in the oven.
It takes the spiciness away.
I'm trying to remember. I told you to try something we'd heard roasted was good, and I can't remember what it was.
I think it was radishes.
Because we're trying more since we're going it ourselves than.
I think you liked it.
Tell them what I tried for the first time the other day. Come on, think about it. I've tried 2 bites of them now. I'm getting there, and I said, I think I can start eating that. Something everybody on here will go nuts about, thinking I don't eat it anyway. Let me give you a hint. You slice it, and you put it on bread with mayonnaise.
Oh, tomatoes. Tomatoes. I was like, I don't.
Tomato sandwich with mayonnaise, salt, and pepper. Oh my gosh, that's.
I know, it's my favorite.
But I have never eaten tomatoes, and I was young when my family, my grandparents and my parents. Hey, Drops family garden.
That we did. It was turnips, Rose. It was not.
Oh yeah, we sliced turnips.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We tried to roast turnips. No, rutabaga. What was it? What were you just talking about, Terry? To slice and put in the oven? Radishes. Yeah.
We couldn't get the radishes. The turnips did. It was turnips that we put in the oven. They were pretty good.
Drops family, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you coming on tonight.
I know. I keep having them. They're so good, Rose. I love tomato sandwiches.
this year, my parents had gardens when my parents and grandparents when I was young, probably till I was about 6 or 7, and they never had them after that. Big gardens, and then they started. Their phrase was, "I'll plant my garden at Kroger," and I don't know why, but that's just what they did. And I don't like. I never, and I guess the tomatoes I remember tasting are the supermarket tomatoes, and I don't like them at all.
They're not
A lot of
good.
people
Would you
don't.
like them?
Yeah, and so that just turned me off tomatoes.
Ooh, a tomato pie.
People have been telling me from the get go, you got to try homegrown. Got to try homegrown. Well, last year was the first
That sounds
time.
good.
Last year, buttermilk. Yeah, that's except for the sweet
You
potatoes.
probably aren't gonna
But
like,
I tried your sweet potatoes. Good last year.
but you're probably not gonna like butternut squash either.
But
Oh, you gotta at least try it. That's
I
one
will.
thing I tell my kids.
I will try it if it's homegrown. I will, because I tried a yellow tomato first, which is one that I saw. Bobby Jean, I saw you, and I'm pretty sure it was
Yellow
your
pear
channel where I saw
tomatoes
it
are
first.
awesome.
The yellow ones. And the fellow that I help part time when he does farming, I help him out part time. He get learnings from him. He gave me yellow tomato to bring home, and Angela, that was her first time trying it. We tried it, and I said, I think I can get used to that. Last week she made another sandwich out of our garden, and I ate a couple bites of it, and I said, okay, I keep trying. I think I can get around to
I
eating.
grew up on them.
Me too. I love tomato sandwich.
Being
It's
a
my
Jersey
favorite
girl,
thing. Ooh, roasted radishes, potatoes, tomatoes, onions, and chives.
Now that doesn't sound bad at all.
Yeah. Every now
We're
and
gonna have
then,
to get drops
I'll
up
go
here
to
to
the
share some
store.
recipes with us.
Last year I tried fresh turnips and rutabagas. I went to the store, bought a turnip and a rutabaga, and I tried them, and really good. So I roasted some. I did sweet potatoes, a potato, turnips, rutabagas, and carrots. So I had a bunch of different things roasted up in the oven, and it was actually really good. And it got me more addicted to roasting vegetables, and so they keep a lot of their yumminess in there.
His way fat. So Louis Grizzard is from Noonan,
Yeah, Moreland.
which is right up the road from where we are, and there is a place that we go eat.
Sprayberry's Barbecue.
And they have the Grizzard
Louis Grizzard special.
Because it was one of his places to eat.
Oh, there we go. Hello there, elders.
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
See if all of us can be on here.
Yeah, we'll drop back. Oh, wrong way.
Look at that. It worked out perfect.
I didn't mean to go that way. I was trying to do it. Hang on, I'm trying to make us little and y'all bigger. The guests bigger, and I don't know if I
It
can
won't
see
do
you.
it.
No,
It'll even it out.
perfect.
Even
Perfect.
How are you tonight? Now, what's your name, dear?
Mackenzie.
Mackenzie. Okay, all righty.
I was just reading the book with the little girl's name was Mackenzie. I think I remember that.
So tell us about now. What else do you make in your dehydrator besides what else do you keep your dehydrator busy with?
Okay. So I think I have to. Do I have to shut off my other YouTube if I have this one on?
Turn it to mute.
Yeah, mute your YouTube. You can keep it on, just mute it.
Okay, I'll mute it.
Because this way you don't get the echoing effect.
Okay, there we go. Now I don't have echoing. I'm like, I can't hear.
Yeah.
So I had tons of zucchini. So like I said, the zucchini tips, the zucchini jerky, that's been going on for the last, I would say, 4 days. We made some venison jerky that we had left over in our freezer. We needed to get it out, so we ground that up. And apricots. I did apricots because I had some that I bought and they were too ripe. So I just took them and hurry up and put them in there. Plums I did. Those are really, really good. Like super sweet. So if Brooke is looking for treats or snacks to, chew on, they're so yummy. And
Yeah. It concentrates that sugar.
So
yeah,
you just because I've never really used my dehydrator except for like I did peppers, garlic, and like herbs. So do you just like slice them up and put them in there and turn it on?
So with the apricots I not in halves, but in smaller slices. I can open this up because I vacuum seal them too, which is really nice. But as you can tell, they're like real thin slices. And that worked out really good because I think I had about 12 apricots, and it made this little, like, what is this, little pint jar. So it worked out good, and they're sweet. So they taste really good. I did my plums, and those are, I don't know if you can see behind me here, but I have a table with 3. So you're going to think I'm crazy. I have 3 dehydrators.
Oh my. Do you have like the Excalibur one?
I have the Kasori, which I did a lot of reviewing and figuring out which one was best, and I really like the Kasori.
Okay.
Between
I just
the two,
have the white one, the white round one. I can't think of the name brand. Yes, Nesco.
I have
Okay,
that.
yep.
I have the Ovation.
Okay, and the Kasori, I actually found it on Craigslist. A lady was just trying to get rid of it. She didn't have the electric output for it in her mobile home, and so she was like, "I'll sell it to you for like $100." And I'm like, "Sold." So I got a deal on it, so I was happy. But it's super quiet. I never know when it's running and when it shuts off because it's so quiet.
Oh wow. Yeah, the Nesco. Somebody had got, the guy was just, it was brand new. It had never been used. He said he got it for a gift. He sold it to me for like $15.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And like, I don't know about Brooke, like what she's doing or, how she's trying to figure out eating better, but like everybody's always eating those or drinking those protein shakes with those powders with like the super micro greens and the fruits and stuff. What I ended up doing was some research, and we planted a bunch of lettuce, kale, and so you can actually get a second crop in yet this year. At least we can here in Wisconsin. I planted lettuce, kale, and spinach, and I put it in the dehydrator and, in the full leaf form, crumbled it up really good. And then you stick it in a coffee grinder. So I have a separate coffee grinder. I have 3 because it's just too much to clean that stuff out if I want to grind coffee. But so if you look at this is my super greens. So I'll see if I can show this to you.
Oh.
Wow.
They are.
And then you like add it to like smoothies and stuff?
Yep, you can add this to your milk. You can put it in brownies. So for like Terry, you said you like to hide stuff. I was like, oh, this would be perfect because I heard through the grapevine that you could put this in brownies and people wouldn't know you're giving them veggies.
Hey, I like that.
The nice thing about it is, like to super greens, they have a lot of other additives and preservatives and stuff like that go inside there to keep the shelf life. But if you're using it on the regular basis, you don't need a long shelf life on these. But this is a pint. And I think I used 3 big bowls of spinach, lettuce, and kale and just ground it up real fine. And now it's a powder. So yeah, it's hard homesteading. I seen your guys' video on the quail. I didn't realize you had quail.
The real quick question, the Mackenzie Patty Price was asking, have you ever done beets?
No, I haven't. So I don't know if I really like them. So that I don't know how to incorporate it into a meal that I would actually eat it.
I've had dehydrated beets. They're actually really good.
Yeah.
Are they good?
Yeah, I like them. When I did these, because I went to the grocery store and I bought 10 pounds of vegetables. I bought some 2-pound bags of mixed vegetables. This has, let's see, the French cut green beans in it. It's got carrots, peas, onions,
Oh,
peppers,
perfect.
That's like a good trail mix from here.
corn,
That's what it looks like.
and this is gonna go into a soup mix.
Oh, that's
This
perfect.
this container can hold 11 pounds of dehydrated vegetables. This is a $2 container from Family Dollar,
All right.
and it can hold 11 pounds of vegetables. When I dehydrated my 1 pound bag of broccoli, and it was all frozen that I put in my dehydrator, I was able to push all that broccoli into a half of a pint jar, a small
Wow.
half pint jar. Just push, and I powdered some up, and I got powder more up because I'll put it when I'm eating. I'll put it on some of my foods. Like if I'm making a burger, I'll put it on that or mix
I'll
it
be
in.
darned.
And this way, I get the extra vitamins and nutrients because of everything going on with my health and not knowing what is going on. I'm trying to eat a lot healthier, and especially with this year with it being hurricane season over here.
No.
This past month, it's been super quiet, but we've
Go sit
had
down.
some crazy heavy storms come through here. And it's like a couple weeks ago when James and Angela was having some bad storms that night, by the time it got up here, because both my kids were asleep, we lost power 3 times that night. Because of the thunder, it was such a heavy downpour. We don't have normal rains here anymore. It's not like this light rain that will just come down nicely all day. No, we get these heavy downpours.
Mm-hmm. Flash flooding.
Well, I'm lucky where my house is because it's sort of an incline. And however they built this years ago, they actually built the dirt up, and it's up on that. So everything goes down away from the house.
I got
So
you.
I got lucky there.
Bro, speaking of that, zucchini bread, Lauren just thinks it's yummy.
Oh, she loves it. Yeah, she thinks it's just sweet bread.
Cake. She thinks
cake
it's
bread.
Cake bread.
That's what she calls it.
Cake bread.
But Mackenzie,
Everybody
while we
calls
have
it
you on
cake
here,
bread.
yeah, Mackenzie, while we have you on here talking about the quail, we were raising quail, hatching quail, and as of right now, we have 20 more that they're about 18 now that are right at processing time. We're going to process some more, but currently we're fortunate enough to. I'm not hatching and incubating anymore for myself, and that's quail are the most sustainable animals. They're easier than chickens are. But we're very fortunate right now, cost wise. We're very fortunate to where we're not far from Shane at Kinfolk Farm, and he does quail big time during the summer and scales back in the winter. So I can go over to Shane's and get as many eggs as I want and incubate them and hatch them out. So where I don't have the cost this summer, we had to scale back a decent amount this summer. And so I don't have the cost right now of having to feed, because quail eat you out of a house at home now. They eat.
I was going to ask you that.
So we're fortunate with that, where we'll hatch these out, and I'll go over to Shane's and get some more. I'll incubate them, and I'll just raise them to about the 8-9 week mark, and we will process them and keep them in the freezer. And that's what we're for. If we didn't, then I'd go back to what we had been doing, and we'd be raising them, letting them have mother, breeding them and all that. And we're just lucky right now we don't have to do that.
Yeah. So for all the quail that you had, how much feed did you go through?
Wow.
I don't want to calculate it, because what we did, Terry, is we didn't do it the right way. Our intentions when we got the quail about a year ago were to do it the correct way, which is raise them to 8 weeks, breed them, incubate the eggs, process the males. With quail, you want to have a 1 to 5, anywhere 4 to 6 hens to 1. And Rose is really the expert on these. She's got beautiful birds. I was just doing Coternics.
I've seen her quails.
Yeah, you want to have 4 to 6. You can maybe even get up to 7 if you've got a strong male, but 4 to 6 females, hens to 1 male, which a male quail is actually called a cock. That's what they're called. Most people call them roos, and I don't typically correct them because that can be an offensive word to some people.
Yeah.
So 1 to 4 to 1 to 6 ratio, and what the plan was to process off all the leftover roos. All the extra roos, because you usually have about a 50-50 split. And then just to keep breeding and laying eggs and incubating. And then at the end of the summer, to downsize everything, process all of them, and keep you about 2 breeding sets to keep over the winter. We didn't do that. We just kept breeding and breeding and breeding. And then we carried all these birds over the winter like a bunch of idiots. I love the way quail sound, and not just that, but our quail, we kept there's a street light that was close to them, so they just kept breeding and laying.
That makes sense.
Well, where I have my arch trellis out back is right behind. It's like 3 feet behind my house because it's over that cement patio, and that's where I was gonna build a pen for these 2 chicks because at the time I had 12 eggs incubating and they were all growing, and I thought I was gonna have 12 chicks, so I was gonna build a pen under that arch and just put like clear plastic or something under the arch between the fencing and that, and I only got 2, so I used the run I built last year for my roosters for the chicks. That's where they are now. So I'm thinking
Good Lord, that's a lot
about
of chicken
getting
feed.
quail and trying some quail and just getting like a rabbit hutch and put it under that arch, so it's
That should
out of the
work.
way.
That should work. That should work definitely. But have y'all ever had quail, Mackenzie?
I have quail. I just got into them this spring. I have the Caturnix, and I did a year of reviewing, figuring out what I needed to do and how to take care of them, and just all that fun stuff. But I started with 18. I started with 18, and then I incubated some eggs, so I have another 14. Plus, I have another 9, and then I just got another. I think I have 12 in the brooder box now. So I'm trying to build up that colony so that I can start doing the life cycle, doing the egg, having the eggs, then incubating, and then processing out the quail because they're so easy and quick to process.
Absolutely.
Chicken.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to get back into. We want to go back to doing it the way we were supposed to do it. I will never talk down about the quail species. They are an awesome, sustainable animal for a homestead. We did it wrong, and that's why I have no problem saying we did it wrong. We love the quail. I mean, heck, we loved having our quail. I love the noise that the male quail makes. To me is beautiful. My wife's not as fond of it.
They're nasty birds, and they eat a lot, and I'm not a fan of them. I'm just going to be real honest. I did not like having to feed them.
One of her jobs. We have the upper animals and the other animals, and the upper animals are closer to the house. That's where the bunnies are, and all the babies and the quail. They're the upper animals, and that's the ones that she normally feeds. I'm the one that wanders and goes and does all the rest of them. So, yeah.
They make their waters nasty. They're just nasty. I don't like them. I was glad I did a dance when they were gone.
Oh no! I don't mind them. I mean, they all have their separate hutches. I have a double stacker I built this spring, and I built another separate bigger hutch in case I get the jumbo pharaohs, which those are supposed to be a bigger bird that have just a little bit more meat on them. And then I have a brooder box I made out of a TV hutch. So they're not, I guess I don't have the nasty part of it because I think I clean them out once a week. So I don't really get a lot of the poopy, the smelly, gross stuff like Cornish hens. They can, they almost remind me of, they're just disgusting birds. I love eating them, but they stink so bad.
Right.
But yeah, I don't have any problems with, I mean, they can get a little, I guess it depends upon what you're using for the feeder boxes, but I use a tote, and I, what do you call it?
Drill the holes on the side.
Yeah, I put the holes all the way around it, and then I put 2 cylinders down the middle, and so they put their head inside that tote, and then they throw their head around, but the food gets thrown inside the tote, so they don't spill a lot.
Keeping a Dutch do something similar to that, and because
it works.
It works.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of people and talked to a couple other people about that, and they say it's great. And I have a friend that said if I can get into quail, he knows someone that buy some quail from me.
I think the only thing is in the beginning when they're in the brooder box. I mean, you can't use that because they'll go inside there and get stuck in there at one point or another. But that's the only time I see where there's a lot of waste is when they're real little.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
But I love the way they taste. Oh, they're so good.
We haven't when that quail video, we haven't tried any of ours yet. And we'll definitely be doing a video when we do, because we look forward to
the
it.
Entire pen. Nathan would burn the entire pen too.
Yes.
Nathan is not a fan of snakes. Brooke said he
No.
saw him high stepping across the yard.
She knew something was wrong.
I gotta check my zucchini. I'll be right back.
Okay. Tom, 600 pounds of chicken feed. Every what was that? Every 2 weeks, he said. Go back and look.
Oh, so Brooke, so MB Heritage, Michael's the one that drew your tattoo.
Yes. The tattoo that you've got that you're going to put on your shoulder, Brooke, that's the MB Heritage that is on here. Michael, the wife, Bobby Jean's on here. Her husband, Michael, is the one that drew that.
Any longer?
Is the artist that drew that.
I got to get up, guys. I'm sorry. I can't sit here anymore.
Well, they're all going to hang up now.
Are they?
Yeah, they don't come on here for me.
Oh, no.
They come on here for you.
I won't come on here for you either.
I know it. Well, you married me. You're stuck with me now.
Oh, I am. Oh, God.
I haven't had any snakes yet, so I'm thankful because I don't like them. But I have not had any snakes. But I also have chickens that are running around too, so I think that would help detour if anything did come crawling around.
That's the only thing we've had a snake issue with is our quail. Excuse me, knock on wood. Knock on wood. That's the only thing we've had an issue with is the quail. And he was full too. He couldn't get back out of the pen. Now he had probably about 5 or 6 of them in him.
Quail or
Egg quail. Yeah, he's not gonna eat the egg if he can get the live birds.
Yeah.
Just like me, I'm not gonna eat a quail egg if I can get the bird.
Did you see the woman that made the deviled eggs with the quail eggs?
Yes. Yeah. She's got a lot more patience than I do. The quail eggs are very good. Have you eaten any of the eggs, Mackenzie, yet? You boiled any of them and eaten them?
Absolutely. Yes, I have a lot of them. In fact, our plan is that we've been saving up money for a freeze dryer. And I'm really excited because, as you know, having chickens or quail, you have a surplus of eggs.
I want to get one of them. That might be a gift from someone next year for me.
It's been a long time coming, and so I think it's going to happen this week. So we're already planning, what are we going to put in there first? And eggs is on the list for the first set. So I've heard a lot of reviews that if you scramble up the eggs and then put them in the freeze dryer, you can stick them right in a jar and they reconstitute to look just as slimy as they were when you scrambled them. So I'm
Keeping It Dutch, really Living excited. Tradition Homestead, and I think Cocktail Farm all did videos on that.
Living Tradition Homestead
too.
That's
Are you looking at the Harvest Right one?
What's that?
Are you looking at the Harvest Right one, the one that everybody has, or are you looking at a different one?
The Harvest Right.
They're so expensive.
I know.
You can do a layaway thing with them.
Love you, Brooke. Thanks for coming on, Brooke. We appreciate it. Love you, honey.
You can make payments on it.
Okay.
You can make payments on it now.
You can, and what ended up happening is we ended up with a little bit of extra money. Thank you to the state once again for taxes. We got some money back, and so I'm like, we're getting a Harvest Right.
Yeah.
We are getting one because I don't know what I'm going to do with all these eggs.
Last year, my son and I, we went to the grocery store and they had these little jars, these little itty bitty eggs, and they said they gotta be quail eggs. And so I got a jar and we tried it, and yeah, that one they trapped real fast. We did not like the pickled eggs like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is so
they sell 100 dozen eggs every month and donate 40 dozen to the food
when Hayden here.
Well, I'll just think, 25 years from now, if I decide to get out of chickens, or quail, I'll have a ton of eggs yet to eat up.
That's right. That's right.
I can imagine, Thomas, because you have 100 chickens. That's a lot.
That's a lot of chickens. I don't have that
That
many.
is. That's why he said he goes through like 600 pounds of chicken feed a week. It's like crazy.
That is a lot. I would say with all of my quail, I have bought since springtime, and I don't have that many. So I have like, I got to think real quick. 12, another 12 is 24, and 9. What is that? 24, 32 quail. And I think I've bought.
Hey, Tony, from our cabin in the woods. Good to see you, buddy.
I bought 2 bags of, the wild chick starter feed,
Mm-hmm.
and I bought 2 bags of the wild bird game feed and 1 bag of the poultry layer feed, because I do a ratio between the 2 to get the good solid egg form. Otherwise, I don't like. It's like they're missing that calcium or something. So I just do like half and half. So that's not horrible, and they don't waste a lot with them storage container things. I think they waste more sand than they do feed.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Mackenzie, what other kind of animals do y'all have there on your homestead?
I have chickens. I have Brahmas. I like the Brahma mama. Mm-hmm. We get cold winters here. Sometimes it's 30 below. We had a couple years ago, it was minus 50 for a couple of days. So I wanted birds that had like the feathers on the feet to keep them warmer. And, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet with the quail this winter. I guess we'll just see how it goes. And I'll probably close up a lot of their box, but I hear they do a lot better in winter than they do summertime. So
what's that channel? I think it's called Slightly Rednecked. He does.
Yep, I watch him too. Mm-hmm.
I love
good.
When I started wanting to get into quail a couple years ago, and I was asking a bunch of people about one of my subscribers emailed me and said, check out this channel. If you want to get into quail, check him out because he will show you everything.
He certainly will.
I binge watched his channel.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good, and so is Katernik's Corner. I'm actually going to be building a incubator that Katernik's Corner had done
Rose,
DIY
thanks for joining us tonight, hon. We really appreciate you, and hopefully we'll see you this Saturday. If we can come out this Saturday, I'll check and see what's going on. I'll get in touch with you, hon, and see what time y'all going to get started. But thanks a lot for coming out.
We're actually going to the quail convention. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It sounds nerdy, and I'm sure it probably will be, but I'm all for it. But there's a quail convention. It's over in Miamisburg, Ohio on the weekend of Labor Day. So we're really excited to go and meet. We're going to meet the Slightly Redneck. What is his name again? Is it Terry?
I can't remember the name.
I can't remember his name. Katernik's Corner is going to be there. My Shire Farm's going to be there. And then I think there's somebody who makes those cages. Is it Wynola or Winona Ranch or something? Anyway, a ton of different people are going to be there to talk about quail. So I'm super excited to go.
Glad you could join us, buddy. Now, 30 below. Obviously, I keyed in on that. And if you told me where you're from, I don't remember. So remind me again.
You said Wisconsin.
So central Wisconsin. I'm about 3 hours from Lake Superior.
Okay. That's cold. That far from Green Bay.
It's about, so I'm to the west of Green Bay, right? Yeah, to the west of Green Bay. I'm about 2.5 hours, kind of like northwest from Green Bay. So yeah, we get a lot of snow. I mean, it's really cold, and I don't know. Sorry, my cat is wanting attention.
That's okay.
Your cat and my Great Dane, they have something in common.
My cat
Oh, I
is living in the
tell ya.
box that my daughter's mattress is in. He will not come lay on me or lay with me no more. He leaves me and goes jumps up on the box.
It's his time, and he's letting me know it's his time to be held right now. But yeah, it gets really cold here. And I don't know why I continue to stay here because I hate winters. But I don't know. I'm here. I think once you're in Wisconsin, you're stuck here.
No, I thought that about Jersey, and then years ago, my family and I moved down here to South Carolina, and we bought 3 acres. And it was 99% trees and 1,000,000% ticks, no birds, but it was gorgeous and quiet. I had to sell after 8 months. I had to sell the house and property, move back up to Jersey to take care of my dad. And after he passed away, we saved up our money and had some other stuff happen, and we were able to move back down. And Jersey is my home state. I love it. I miss my friends and family, but I will not live there again. It's a good state to visit, but I won't live there again. It's way too expensive
Patty,
for that tri-state section, and it's too expensive to live there.
so Patty, you looking to get some quail? Is that what you're talking about, Patty? You on the list to get some?
I'm gonna have to
From
email
Jake? That's awesome. If you're getting
Who
them
is
from
it?
Jake,
Shane and see if I get Rabbit Hutch, if he can
from
send me some eggs.
Nunya, Texas, on the back 20. Now, Tony, where are you? Y'all were in northern Minnesota. Where are you at? Where are y'all now, Tony? From our cabin in the woods.
Minnesota's gorgeous.
I know you're still somewhere cold, Tony, because you've always got snow out there.
Yeah, send some snow to South Carolina this winter, please. I want some. Just a couple
Cannot
inches
remember
for
where
a
they
couple
are right
days,
now.
and it
I
can
know they've
go
got a
away, then
beautiful
I'll be
place.
happy.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Okay.
I just want snow for a couple days, Christmas and my birthday in December. That's all I want.
Snow is beautiful.
For that, we keep getting more.
Snow is beautiful until it starts to, well, down here anyway. See, we don't get enough of it. So when it does snow, it's just
You
a couple
don't know
inches
how to
if you're
drive
lucky.
it.
And then it gets dirty and it's nasty. It looks disgusting because we don't get enough of it. So, it's only on the ground just until people start driving in and walking in. It just turns into mud slush.
Yeah.
No, down here, they mentioned snow, and they got 2-hour delays. They got schools closing. They got people going to the store. A few years ago, when I worked for Dollar General, I went to work, and my store manager at the time goes, I asked him, because the customer come in and asked if we had bread and milk, and he goes, I had to make another order. He goes, there was a woman that came in, bought 5 gallons of milk and the last 7 loaves of bread and took it all. I
Hey,
said,
Catherine, how you doing
2
tonight, honey?
inches of snow, and we were only getting a coating, and that's it. Apparently, she lived like 45 minutes from the store and doesn't go anywhere. So anytime it with the freezing rain and a little bit of snow, her power goes out. So she makes sure she has everything up to date that she needs.
Yeah, when it drops, when we do get snow and ice down here, when we do get an ice storm down here, it shuts the state down.
Yeah.
It shuts us down.
I believe it. People thought I was crazy many years ago. I used to live in Front Royal, Virginia for about a year.
Beautiful area.
I thought that
Gorgeous.
beautiful, beautiful place to live. I love the mountains. It was just gorgeous. The people so friendly. Like the kids calling me ma'am, and I was like in my early 20s, and I thought that was crazy. But just very respectful people in Virginia.
Yeah.
And but anyway, when they got snow, it was only like an inch or two, and I'm like, where'd all the bread and milk go?
Yeah.
They like went to the store as fast as they could to buy it all out, and I was like, it's only an inch of snow.
Because up there, like in Jersey, they could say an inch or 2 or 3, and it turned into 2 feet.
Oh yeah, I
We
was
had
out
that
there
happen.
doing donuts, and I don't even think half the time everybody else was in winter clothes, and I was wearing shorts. They thought I was crazy, and I thought they were crazy, and I'm like, I don't get it.
It's nuts. That's how it is. And seeing that's in Virginia. We lived in Manassas for a while, and if you live, and we spent most of our time in Front Royal area because if you lived in Front Royal, why we didn't like Manassas. It's just too close to DC, and the U.S. citizens are actually the minority in Manassas. But we loved it, and it wasn't country. We spent a lot of time in Front Royal on the weekends and in the evenings, but that's in they talk about an inch down here in Georgia or a half inch or a dusting, and you can't even get into the parking lot of the Dollar Generals, and that's what's down. The Dollar Generals are every 5 miles down here in Georgia. They're giving Walmarts a run for their money.
Yeah, that's what it is here.
50 years for snow.
When we lived in Manassas, I was my wife and kids still lived back down here in Georgia, and I was traveling on the road. I owned a construction company right after 9/11, and we were doing fiber and stuff. And so I've been up there and had a long-term job up there, and thanks to 9/11, and I don't like to put it that way, but so I told Angela and them, I said, listen, y'all just go ahead. Y'all come on and move up here because I'm going to be stationed here for a while. And she said, what's the winters like? I said, well, it's about 10 degrees colder up here, but snow-wise isn't bad. I've already been up there for a couple of years during the winter. And I said, we get more snow, but it's not too terrible. And that year was the year they had record snowfall. We had 36 inches on the ground at one time that year. And it was not bad. We lived in a 36-foot RV. That we had bought, and I have pictures of you could slide the door open and it was level. And I would take our son, he was 2 at the time, and I just drop him outside and lose him. I mean, of course, you can see him right there. We just drop him outside. He'd go all the way to the ground. He thought it was funny as heck. Nathan.
Well, that's what got me into Wisconsin. I mean, my parents, we moved a lot when I was younger, but when I met my first husband, we lived in Ironwood, Michigan, and that's a half an hour from Lake Superior. And I remember this was the winter that we moved. We moved that next year because I said, I'm not staying here another year. We lived in a 2-story house, and we had 300 and some odd inches of snow that year. I kid you not.
Oh, wow.
The bay window on the first floor was covered. You couldn't see out it. The garage, you could walk from the snowbank on top of the garage. The snow thrower wouldn't throw the snow any higher. You had to take a risk just to get out your driveway because you couldn't tell if anybody was coming unless you had somebody, spotting for you to get out your driveway. I'm like, we're getting out of here. And then we moved to Front Royal, Virginia. And I was like, this is perfect.
That's right. That's right.
From 300 to 1 inch of snow, I was like, I'm here.
My grandparents, when they were alive, they lived because my stepdad and his family are from Michigan. They grew up 5 blocks from Lake Huron. Oh. Now, my one aunt, when her and her husband moved from one side of the state over to the other side by Lake Michigan, they would have, during the holidays, they would make their way back to the other side. And they would bring pictures of snow from Lake Effect snow, 10, 15 feet high. It's like, are you serious?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't miss shoveling that stuff.
I love snow. I absolutely adore it. I love shoveling it. Now, the way I am, I don't know if my body could handle that. But it's like when we left Jersey and moved down here back in 2016, a week before we were to move out of the house, we had a snowstorm coming. They said we're going to get 2 to 6 inches. In 11 hours, we had 2 feet of snow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's normal here.
And it was snow, freezing rains, and it was like layered. And it's like back in 96, Jersey had state of emergency because we were having so much snow. And back in 2010, I had friends going out on their roof, putting a ladder so they can get up on their roof and pushing snow with shovels and brooms off their roof because their roof was, you could hear it making popping sounds because the snow was such a heavy snow back in 2010. There were trees that were toppling down the street from my house. Hello, love. And it was crazy. I miss snow. I would love to have some down here.
You can have all you want. You just come here, pick it up. I'll let you have it.
What's going on, brother, man?
I had friends and family up in New Jersey, not this past winter, but beginning of 2020, tell me I had more snow than them. I was like, what? They said, we've had no snow. We get a few flurries and it's gone. And it's like, that is so weird to hear
So
that.
did you guys figure out what you were gonna call your new name yet?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. We're actually probably gonna put the video out tomorrow, but the final name, we're gonna do a transition name, but the final name is going to be 3 Creek Farms.
Okay.
The number 3.
I like that.
And it's going to be, the 3 will be the 3 Petways. It's James and Angela, David and Brooke, and my other son, Nathan.
Okay.
Nathan and whoever. So it's the 3 Petways. So it's going to be 3 Creek Farm. And then in the interim, it's going to be Petways 3 Creek Farm to try to help transition the name
Yeah.
over.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Hey, Darren.
Yeah, we heard
no.
Terry let us know you were out there. But yes, ma'am, that's
I'm
what
so sorry.
we have struggled to come up with it, and that's what we're going to do. We felt like that was what was laid on us, and we're going to go that route.
That's a perfect idea.
I like the name.
Good, thank you y'all very much. Thank y'all very much. Robert, if you saw on there a minute ago, Terry, Robert Castleberry, Pad Life Outdoors, is from Lawrenceville. He's about halfway in between y'all and us.
Okay.
The Robert, is your information is on your about page, isn't it, Robert? We've got with our new page, we're gonna reach out, we're gonna get some new logos and stuff. We're gonna reach out and get some new logos. And if I remember correctly, from one of your lives or from one of your videos, you do that stuff. Is that correct? Logo design and graphic arts and stuff along those lines. Okay. I was thinking it was on there. I looked the other day. We've got another fellow that's was gonna help us as well, and we just keep playing phone tag. Good guy. We'll just keep playing phone tag back and forth. The great fella. But I may reach out to you about that. All right. Well, you do, or I don't know how many we can float on here. Okay, logos and shirts. Okay. All right. Good
You
deal.
should be able to have
The
6 up here.
If my bandwidth will let.
I'm going to jump out of the video and follow through with the YouTube, but I just wanted to say hello.
Thank you very much for coming on,
Nice
Mackenzie.
to meet you.
It was very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you.
I'll continue to follow. So I just want to follow through on the YouTube part so I can follow the chat as well.
All right. Thank you very much, dear.
Okay.
So anybody that wants to join, I'm going to post a link back up here. Originally, we were going to talk about farm animals, but as you can tell, we talk about just about anything.
We kind of
That's
got
what happens with live streams like that.
That's right.
You can end up especially some of the ones I go to. You can. It's like with Courtney White Family Farm, down on Byington Farm, Sweeney's Creek, Silhouette Park Farm. You can get a whole 100 different things.
That's right. Yeah, that was Mackenzie from the Elders Homestead
Yes,
there.
Darren.
Hi, Catherine.
He's
Sorry, I
really
was-
good with names.
I had to stand up for a
Mackenzie,
minute.
I will say this. If I ever see you in a chat and I just call you by your channel name, it's because I can't always remember people's first names. I can
Yeah,
pick
we're
out
real
channel
bad.
names.
I'm terrible.
I can
Drops.
pick out channel names I haven't seen
that
on
is
my
100%
channel in
correct,
2
Drops.
years and remember that they were at my channel.
Tony, thank you, sir. Everybody go out and hit that thumbs up button. You're absolutely correct. Thank you, Tony. They have got a beautiful place and a beautiful Siberian Husky. What, Tony? Throw me your dog's, your little girl's name. She's a star of your show. You know that as well as we do. I cannot remember her name. They've got a beautiful cabin they built. Nice property and land.
Hey, Benji, what is it,
Benji,
buddy?
go somewhere.
Mackenzie, it's weird that it's like that. It's like I can do other like first names unless I actually talk to you personally.
Willow.
I really can't remember too many.
Willow, yep. Willow. She's beautiful.
Patty, my channel name is City Girl Country Heart. I can't fit Terry in with my whole name when I put it on StreamYard. So I put it City Girl Terry. But mine is City Girl Country Heart. Yeah.
I don't know what you want, buddy.
And I'm bad with names. So, Mackenzie, when certainly we hope we see you again.
But he'll forget your
But
name.
I'll forget your name. I call my wife Honey. And in truth, it's because after we've been married about a year and a half, I forgot her name. So I call her Honey. Luckily, Darren just said Ange, so I'll remember it for the next couple of days. But yeah, I forget everybody's name. Honey, sweetie. Luckily, I'm from the South, so I can get away with it down here without getting slapped upside the head when I'm out in public. I call it Honey, sweetie. Hey, darling.
Oh, I'm
And
sorry.
I can get away with
hope
it.
you get some rest, Robert.
Robert, get you some rest, buddy. I hope you have something for that ear infection. I hope you have some antibiotics, or if it's a light one, I hope you can get it out of your system, buddy.
Benjamin, what is it?
Oh, I'm an awesome mate. I've got to find out from Darren.
Good.
Here.
Darren, I watched your last video, the last one you put out about when you finished up the knife handle. I gotta get in touch with you, brother.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Yes, they are awesome. I love
gorgeous.
watching his forging videos. His food videos, I like to watch them, but I really get interested in the ones that I can pronounce, and the ones that I need to send him a list of stuff that I eat, so he only makes the food videos about that instead of all this other stuff that I can't figure out what it is that he's actually cooking. And then when I can't even understand the Australian English that he speaks.
Like pumpkin?
Yeah, like pumpkin. I think he's talking to you, Terry, or somebody else. I'm looking around for you. Pumpkin. Yeah, and I really.
I talk so fast as a Jersey thing.
And then I realized he's talking about like a jack-o'-lantern, an orange squash family, and not a pumpkin. Not like that's not a term of endearment that he's saying, but
we're picking on or oregano.
Yeah, oregano. I like that. We said I like
Mazda over there in South Africa. It's Mazda.
Yeah,
Mazda. I get corrected by a lot of people still. Even with my job, I get there's a few customers every now and then get roadside assistance and
butter on everything. There you go.
Not like Paula Dean.
You're right, Barb. You're absolutely right.
She corrected me. She said it was Mazda, not Mazda. But yeah, I get corrected between Darren and some of the other channels. About the way Americans say things.
All right, Tony, we'll see you when you get back, buddy.
Thank you, Patty Price. Well, that's why I had my daughter give me
our other dog's the bark money on it.
Let's see how this mic picks up background noise. Do y'all hear the dog barking in the background right now? You do?
Mm-hmm. The other dog will probably be barking in
Hopefully the Great Dane won't bark. Just knock on that window and tell her to hush.
Hush, Rufus.
If y'all seen my videos or you remember us talking about the ugliest dog in Heard County, that's her on the front porch barking at nothing, probably.
The wind.
She's the most loving dog in Heard County.
But that's good if she barks at noises.
Yes. We put her on the porch now at night so that she doesn't run around the house barking like a livestock guardian dog, because that's normally what she does is keep us awake most. So we put her on the porch and she has her little pillow out there and she doesn't bark near as much. All right, Mackenzie, we'll see you in just a few.
There's still some eggs from the chickens.
Patty Price just subscribed to your channel, Terry.
Yeah, I saw that. My daughter got me a subscriber the other. We were coming home from Walmart, and me and the driver were talking about. I don't know how it came up, like the gardening stuff, and I was telling her some of the things I was growing, and my daughter goes, "Yeah, my mom has a YouTube channel. She shows her garden stuff on there."
Dang right.
And I'm just thinking, oh, she did not just do that. And the woman's like, "Oh yeah, what's your channel name?" Well, I got a subscriber that way.
Oh,
Hello, Henry. Yes. For y'all that just joined, meet my Chihuahua. Tony, this is my Chihuahua.
Hello, handsome.
Hey, bro.
hello,
Hey, Terry.
handsome.
Hey, brother, man. How you doing?
Yeah, waking up, sore mouth.
Hey,
What's
this-
wrong with your mouth? What'd you do?
I busted a tooth.
Oh, no.
How?
Eating.
Oh, goodness.
See, if it had been me, it would have been in your forge or something. I'd have been over there. You'd have been teaching me, and I'd hit myself in the mouth with a hammer, Darren.
No, he needs to do a video on all them little pieces of wood he gets for his knives, because I get to see all these little pieces of wood he gets in the mail, and it's some really gorgeous wood. And it's like, you really need to do a video show and your
Yeah.
little addiction there.
My little addiction.
Did you get the tooth? Is it down around the roots? Does it hurt, Darren?
James just had to have a tooth pulled.
Yes, I just had the first one I've ever had that pulled.
Well, hopefully it won't hurt too much.
Yours hurting, Darren? Is it down around the roots?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy!
Ow.
Yeah.
Oh boy! They don't make enough Uncle Jack for that.
No, they don't.
Yeah, it's a work day, mate. Can't go hitting that.
That's right. That's right. Oh boy, Darren, how many chickens you have out there now?
4.
4.
3 hens and 1 quiet rooster.
I was going to ask you. I didn't know if they'd let a rooster. Okay, so you got one that's quiet, huh?
No, I bribed the neighbours anyway, but he's learnt the lesson.
It's okay.
Okay, all right, I got
He's
you.
watched what happened to all the other ones who crowed.
Serious. He's serious. He
He
don't crow.
learned by example.
Yeah, he clucks.
He does not crow.
He started to
was-
crow. He got that adolescent crowing, that really sick crow, and then the one who was crowing disappeared. And he goes, "Nope,
Nope.
I'm just a chicken. Bark, bark, bark."
That reminds me. Y'all seen the video on? I think I saw it on Facebook. I think it was probably a TikTok. But there's the babies that are sitting there, little bitty babies, and the dads are sitting there, and the baby doesn't want to eat. So the dad picks up the stuffed animal beside him and tries to feed it, and the stuffed animal won't eat. So the dad picks up and slaps the heck out of the stuffed animal, and then he goes to feed the baby, and the baby eats.
Mm-hmm. Seen that one.
That's terrible.
No, it works.
That's
I'm
awful.
gonna try that when we have our next grandbaby.
No, you won't.
I'm gonna try it to you.
No, you won't.
You're right about that.
Smack in the head with a frying pan first.
That's right. I said she's right. I won't try it with her.
Yeah.
I've learned.
Look,
I've definitely learned.
It was funny because over there, him and I talked with him. It's morning over there for him. I'd hear both his roosters crowing, and you could tell who was who by their crow. Well, the day he butchered Big Boy, the next day, he didn't hear no crowing.
Mm-mm.
And I ain't
Paz
heard
decided from then all he was going to do was cluck.
Cool.
Yep.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
And I like hearing that developing rooster crow. And I don't hear it no more.
Mm-mm.
That's how mine got its name. Our main rooster got its name Puby. Because when we first started, Ansel looked at me and said, "What is that noise?" I said, "That's the rooster trying to drop them." I said, "That's exactly what that is." So it was so his name's Puby. And so now Darren, I guess you just hand pluck them, huh?
Yeah, mate. Just hand pluck them.
Scald them and
See how
hand
that
pluck
option?
them.
Yep.
That's
got
how
you.
I do it.
I got you.
I don't have that many.
If we were doing one, we don't own a plucker. We're lucky enough to Shane, we borrowed Travis's the first time, and here we go. Homestead, it lives around the corner. We taught them how to do chickens. They had the equipment, But we taught them how to do it, and we use their plucker, and they come help us, and then we go help them every time. So that was it. That was
I can't imagine hand plucking like 50.
no.
I did
But
two in
that
one
was
day, and
that
that
was
was enough
Dave
for
from Here We
me.
Go Homestead that was helping me on the quail. And we didn't do a video of this last time we did the chickens. We figured YouTube didn't need one more chicken
It's got
processing
plenty.
video.
Yeah,
Darren,
that's the way I look at it. I mean, you can get a lot of views on them, but is it worth it?
right.
Yeah, because I watched Big Bear Homestead do theirs, and I've watched so many YouTube channels do theirs, like Justin Rhodes and so many others.
I mean, we did
And-
ours last year, but we did from like every week we did a video on them too. So this year we didn't. I don't think you even really heard about our meat chickens much this year.
We did, I think, one or two, but yeah, we'll probably do one next year. But the way we'll get a lot of click views, but then once they realize that, something like a chicken processing video, people normally watch that to learn. And when they get on there and realize we really don't know what we're doing, we're learning ourselves, they'll click back off of it. So we don't get a lot of view time. Yeah, we know what we're doing now. Yeah.
For me, I had to learn how quick because I had to get rid of that one rooster so I could put the other one in with the girls. Because he was just getting so mean. He was actually jumping up and hitting the top of the run I had them in to try and gouge at me when I would go out there and feed them. And so I went all over YouTube looking at processing videos, and it didn't show what I was looking for. And then I come across a Joel Salatin video from Homesteaders of America conference a few years ago, and it showed everything from dispatching all the way down. And it was that the cameraman was right there in front of him when he was doing it. I watched that video like 20 times.
That's right. That's right.
And that's the only video that gave me the confidence. Yeah, I can do this after watching his, because
That's
the other
good.
ones, it wouldn't because they were so worried about YouTube striking them.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't show that step by step.
Now,
when
Tom,
they-
how
when
much
I
you
saw
told
that
me one
Joel
time
Salatin
before,
one-
Tom? What did you say it costs to have your chickens processed up there? And are they just coming back to you whole, or are they coming back quartered?
I think we can get them done around here for like $5.
Yeah, I want to say. Yeah, I want to say they're like $5 around here. It's either 3 or 5. I can't
I
remember.
think it's 5.
5.
It was too much to have that many done.
Yeah, unless you've got a good market to sell them.
Right.
Yeah.
If you have a market to sell them, then, and I don't know if that's for USDA though.
Yeah, I'm pretty
sure- I thought it
$2.80 whole? That's cheap.
$2.80 whole dadgum. That's more less.
That's cheap.
That
Yeah,
is cheap.
that
That'd
is
be
cheap.
worth it.
Now, is that USDA, Tom? Or is that just to put in your freezer? Which,
Okay,
we both have an understanding there.
Well, in Georgia, you can do 2,000 on farm if you get the on farm facilities checked.
Say that again,
Yeah,
Darren.
if you sell 'em.
On Georgia, you can do 2,000 on farm if you get your on farm facilities checked by the state.
You mean you can get but you don't they have to be USDA inspected to get to sell to the
Yeah.
public?
Nope, state.
As long as the health board says that you're clean, you're good.
Okay.
If,
Okay.
if the state inspects it and says that it's clean enough for you to do it, then you can do it.
Okay. Just for chickens?
Just for chickens.
Just for chickens. Okay. So, okay. I didn't know that. So you can do up to 2,000 chickens is what you're saying. Okay. I didn't know that. That's okay. I'll have to check into that then.
Yeah, South Carolina is higher.
Okay.
I know pigs, the
And-
USDA, they have it's a whole other thing for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pigs is a whole other thing. Rabbits is not checked at all.
Elders pay $275, sometimes less. The Amish do it for them. Okay. So that's for her freezer, not selling. Like down here in Georgia for pigs, if you sell by the cut, if we sell pork chops, ribs, sell by the cut individually wrapped, to do it legally, there's no way to get around having it USDA at a USDA facility. Now,
We do ours at a USDA.
we do ours at a USDA facility, but you have to pay a higher price to have it USDA inspected, wrapped, and this and that. And then we could sell it by the piece out of the freezers. We do ours, but the way that we sell ours to customers here in Georgia is if I was selling Terry a hog down here, I would sell Terry a whole hog. I would raise Terry a hog on my farm. Terry would pay a deposit on the hog, and I would raise her hog on my farm, and I would take it to the processor for. The cut sheet would be in Terry's name. Now, as a service to Terry, I will pick up I'll deliver the hog to the processor, but the hog will be processed in Terry's name. Now, I can still pick the hog up for Terry and I can deliver it to Terry, but Terry will pay the processing fee separately. Yeah. And she'll pay directly to the processor. Now, if it's paid in cash, there's no way to track who pays the processor. But the main thing is that the processing ticket is written up in Terry's name. Oftentimes, in my case, the processor's paid in cash, and then Terry may just very well pay me back the processing fee when I get up there but the processing is paid differently in the way I do with my customers anyway. But that way, Terry is purchasing a pig from me. She's purchasing a hog. She's not purchasing cuts of meat.
Yeah, you can sell the live pig on farm, and if the owner is a part of the processing.
Say that again, Darren.
In Georgia, you can sell the live pig on farm, and if the owner is part of the processing, you can process
the owner of the pig.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. There's always ways around stuff.
Mm-hmm. So if Terry came down and helped us dunk it into the hot water, you're part of the processing, Terry. Mm-hmm. You hold on to the rope.
That'd be awesome to learn how to do that. I would love to learn how. I learn things much better hands-on. Yes. Learn how to process animals is something I would love to do.
Yes, Mackenzie, it's done by weight for the pig. By what? Hanging weight. Like down here in Georgia, for instance, right now, Mackenzie, the hog. Last year they were going. I was selling. Okay, you take last year we took in a 250-pound hog and a 240-pound hog were the last two that I took in. That's hoof weight. When they walk off the trailer through the corral, they stand on a scale, floating scale. Hoof weight was 250 and 240. The hanging weight on those hogs were 210 and 200. You get it. Were the hanging weights on those hogs. That is after they are skinned and gutted. Skinned and eviscerated, skinned and gutted. They were hanging at 210 and 200. Those were both IPPs, industrial Idaho pasture pigs. And then you ended up getting 190 pounds of meat and 170 pounds of meat out of those two hogs. What we charge by is the hanging weight on those pigs. So we charged by the 210 and the 200. And they sold to the customers at $3. One was $3 a pound per hanging weight, and the other was $3.50 a pound per hanging weight. Is what I sold them to the customers for, and then the customers paid the processing fee.
That ain't bad.
No, and it depends on what the market weight, and that's what I tell the customers. Like Terry, Terry, if you want me to raise your hog, I would charge you $150 deposit. When you want me to do it, and then at the end when it's all done with, then you'll pay the hanging weight fee minus the $150 deposit. It goes toward that, and then you'll pay the processing fee, but you get it processed the way you want. I would go over the ticket with you, all the different cuts of meat, or Angela would or whatever, and then I would deliver it to you too. Of course, if it was in Anderson, unless Darren was there, we'd have to meet halfway, or
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you, but no, that's just an example.
How are we going to keep the pig cool for that long?
That's right. But no, that's just an example of how this year they're going for it. Then the price of pork keeps going up, but so is the price of feed. So even though we're looking at going for about $4 a pound this year, hanging weight, which the customers that we're raising for now, and I just maybe picked up another one, they're not balking on the $4 a pound, but the price of feed's going up, so the profit margin's not going up. The revenue is, but the profit margin's not. The feed's just going through the roof.
There's a grass-fed farm here in Anderson, and for a whole hog, they want a $500 deposit.
Wow.
For a whole cow, It's $1,500 deposit, $3,000 for the whole thing.
Wow.
And it's like, yeah, no. I'll stick to my. I would love to be able to do that, but no, not for those prices.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the store price on pork at the moment?
I don't know.
I don't even know. It's been so long since we bought it.
Couldn't tell you.
Depends on the cut.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to, when I go to a Food Line again, I'll have to see. Because on a Food Line and Quality, they both have different prices. Quality is cheaper. The prices are cheaper. It's like I was telling Darren a couple years ago, I got 2 whole bone-in pork loins. And I had them cut them into chops.
Mm-hmm.
And for 2 of them, they were selling at 99 cents a pound. I got 60 pork chops out of it. And I paid less than $30.
Mm-hmm.
And it was right after that when COVID hit and they didn't get any more in. Even if they ordered, they couldn't get any more
Couldn't get them in. That's right.
And that was just for those. But like Quality, their prices are cheaper on meats. So a lot of times I'll go over there and get my meats. But the last month or so, I've been going over here at Food Line.
You also have a Quality Foods up there?
Yeah.
See, Food Line they don't have down here anymore, but we loved food. We had Food Line. They used to have them, but they had them up there in Columbia and in West Virginia, and we liked them. But we used to have a Quality a long time ago when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have one right up the. It's like I had to cross 2 highways just to get to it. It's like a 15-minute walk. It ain't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a word no one in the South pronounces properly. Food Lion.
Food Lion. Yeah.
Food Line. Food Line.
Yeah, it sounds like you're saying food line, like you're standing in a line to get food.
All right, I got you.
It's a northern talking fast thing for me.
Food Line.
I've
Okay,
had to learn how to slow down my talking down here because
Food Lion.
I get people looking at me. Yep.
I went over there last time and saw the store and said, "Hang on, it's Food Lion."
Whole time, Darren, just burst your bubble. Whole time you thought it was Line, didn't you?
Yeah, huh?
You know, drops. Speaking of what you're talking about, there, we were Angela out of this batch of eight hogs that we have now. 2 of them we're keeping for ourselves. All the rest of them are not for customers. There's a couple boars in there, and actually there's 10. 2 of them are off site right now, but anyway, 2 of them are going to be for our farm. For us to put in the freezer. And a lot of times we'll get a lot of sausage out of it. This time I think we're going to go with, what did we say? We're just going to go with pork chops, Boston butts, pork steak, and grind everything else in the pork.
Or sausage or pork or ground pork. Yeah.
Yeah, and the ground pork and a little bit of sausage. And then if we end up, we can always make some more of our own sausage, but we're going to get a lot of it ground into pork. Which we like ground pork anyway, use it in place of ground beef, but beef has gone through the roof. And we buy whole cow ground from a local farm around the corner over near D&D Homestead. And but it's through the roof. If we can use ground pork, we're not even gonna do that.
Yeah, that'd be easier. Better just raise your own cow and do it that way.
See, I don't understand the American thing of ground.
What do you mean?
Ground meat?
We grind as little as possible.
Really?
Yeah, most of it's steak cut and that sort of thing.
Okay.
To have a whole cow as ground, that would be just weird.
Well, they grind it because it makes better ground meat, and they sell it for more that way.
Yeah.
What do you? I mean, like burgers, Darren. I'm assuming y'all have hamburgers over there, right?
Yeah.
And no, I don't mean made out of ham, Darren. It ain't a pig burger.
They call it something else. What do y'all call it? It's not ground meat. It's called
they call it mincemeat.
Mincemeat.
Mincemeat sounds like something that comes in a can.
It does.
Well, there's also the mincemeat that comes in a can, which is made from fruit, not meat. But hey.
Yeah. Like mincemeat pie.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had that before. Doesn't
Drops
sound good.
liverwurst is nasty. I'd rather eat a spoonful
That's
of
right,
Vegemite
Mackenzie.
than eat liverwurst.
Aldi, see, we've got an Aldi right around the corner. Aldi has some good stuff, Barb.
We have an Aldi too.
Yes, Aldi has some
We
good
have-
stuff.
We have
We
one
have
in
Aldi
every
down here.
town that surrounds us.
Y'all have Aldi over there, Darren?
Yep.
See, I got Food Line and go across two highways. I got Quality, a little ways down the road, Aldi. Across the street from that is Super Walmart. Down the street from that is Save a Lot.
Generally, I call it a brush cutter because I used to work in the business.
Brush cutter.
What do
A
most
brush
people call
cutter.
it?
Most people
Weed
call it a
whacker.
whippersnipper.
A whippersnipper. You know, when I was a little kid, my granddaddy
What's
called
the
me a
difference between a
whippersnapper.
whippersnipper and a weed whacker?
I used to be called a little whippersnapper. You know, that's what we call little kids around here.
We call them a weed
Yeah.
eater.
We call them a weed eater,
Yep.
kind of like a Xerox and a Q-tip. It just took the common name when the first one came out.
Yeah.
A
Yeah, you
whippersnapper.
guys are great at doing that. I mean, there's a lot of things Americans call just by the first one that came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Q-tips,
Q-tips, Xerox machines,
Kleenexes,
Kleenexes,
Bleach.
bleach.
Clorox. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I just call it
I
bleach.
just Clorox it. You might
Yeah,
be using
Clorox,
something
that's
totally
right.
different.
I say bleach.
Yeah, I say bleach.
In the South, you say Coke,
Coke.
Coke.
and it
Not
could
me.
be anything.
Yeah.
It's
Hey, it
anything.
could be anything. It could
I
be a
name
Sprite.
it its
What
name.
kind of Coke?
Yeah, what kind of Coke you want? Give me a Sprite.
Yeah. See.
Give me a Dr. Pepper.
I don't do that. That's one thing. But down here, it's like Publix sells pork roll down here. Ingles, I haven't the Ingles store up towards town. I don't know if they do or not. But the other day, I went on Publix website to see if they delivered, and they just started it like a couple weeks before. So I ordered a couple things and I made sure I got some pork roll and had it delivered to the house.
I don't know what you're saying.
And
Mm.
see,
Yeah,
up at
on the counter right there
drops
in the
up in
bottle.
Michigan, they call it pop.
And
Jersey
where
is
is that?
soda or soda pop.
Okay, I don't know that.
And down here, like they said, a lot of people call it Coke.
To me, a Coke's a Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a Georgia thing, mainly Georgia, I would say, because the Coke, Atlanta's the home of the Coke. We have a Coke museum in Georgia, in Atlanta, a whole
I
museum.
believe it. I believe it.
It's the Coca-Cola Museum. They have all kinds of cool Cokes in there, drinks, sodas, as you would say.
It's like Campbell Soup Company. They're in New Jersey. Where the factory where they make it was a half-hour drive or 40-minute drive from where I lived.
I don't eat
I had-
greens.
So it's like a lot of things people don't realize are made in Jersey. I lived not that far from.
Yeah. Grits, I cannot do. Ugh.
I can do cream of wheat better than grits.
Oh, grits. I've never had cream of wheat.
Cream of wheat. Oh, you're from the Yankee. You're from, yeah. You're okay. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
she's a Yankee.
You're a Yankee. Tom, I bet you like cream of wheat
My
too.
husband,
Tom.
my husband, he could put down some grits.
I love some grits.
No, that stuff is disgusting.
I can't do it. That's ant bait.
Mm-mm.
That's try and kill fire ants.
The Yankees.
Yankees. All right,
Well,
guys.
see,
We have been
you
on
guys
here
were
for
raised on that corn diet. And if you
we've been
weren't
on
raised
here
on
for
a
over
corn
2
diet-
hours. We do need to wind it down. The normally we're pretty strict about trying to stay on an hour to help the people before us and afterwards, but we have had a blast tonight. This is Miss Terry has been on with us the whole time. We have had a
Mhm.
blast. The all the guests that have joined us. The StreamYard, this was our first time there. In that text I sent you before we got on, you'll see it on Messenger. It was me struggling with StreamYard trying to get help before we joined. And Terry said, he's asleep. I said, well, darn. We didn't know if we'd even have the bandwidth to do it, but this 2 hours has flown by, guys. It really has.
Now,
Thanks-
are
StreamYard's
you at
actually
your house or are
really
you
good
up
for
at Brooke?
We are at our house.
We're at our house.
Okay.
Yeah.
And normally we can't even get the live to go from our house. So
I
that's,
don't know
Yeah.
if next week we'll be able to do it at our house.
that's right. But
Yeah, with
we have had a
StreamYard,
blast
it can
tonight.
drop,
We appreciate
it can
what's
keep
what
going.
Tony said. 2 pigs heading to freezer camp middle of next month. Should be 300 pounds each. Darn right.
Wow.
You'll be able to get you some good meat off of those. We went down yesterday.
Yeah.
There ought to be a video coming out. I went down yesterday and helped D&D get theirs loaded up. They took them to freezer camp this morning. And shoot, yeah, Tony. Tony's got some good looking pigs over there too.
Does he?
Mm-hmm. But guys, we really appreciate everybody joining. Same time, same place next week, 8 p.m. Eastern. And hopefully be able to do StreamYard again. It just depends on which way the wind is blowing that day.
Pretty much.
And
So we're
hopefully
gonna
no
set it up
rain.
we'll set it up through StreamYard, and if we can't join through StreamYard, then we'll end up going live impromptu on our cell phones. So we love all y'all and we appreciate it. Y'all have a
Bye,
blessed evening.
guys.
Here we
All
go.
right.
Oh, over here.
And then you
Later
know
on, brother man.
Bye.
when you end it, it'll stay in the background playing. I guess
Gone.
they didn't hear that.
They didn't end it. Guess we're carrying it.
Yeah. You gotta message him.
Just about to.
Yep. Because that's what I was gonna tell them before they got off. They got hit in live stream. So this way it'll let, and they've got to do it in StreamYard so it sees that it's off. He saw
Send
it,
him a
huh?
message. Yep.
MB, what other tomatoes are you guys growing? Because I was watching your video yesterday, or the day before yesterday. How many different types of tomatoes are you guys growing?
Jump back into the stream, James. If you're watching.
Because is it still going on YouTube?
Still going. It's all good. Give him a minute.
Yeah, it is free watch hours.
That's exactly it.
And there they are.
We ended the
Hey,
broadcast.
No, I don't think we did. You gotta, all right, I'm back.
Yeah, it is free watch
Yeah,
hours.
you hit leave studio, mate. You've got to hit end.
That works out well. Y'all just stay on there for about another 3,000 hours, okay?
Yeah, no dramas.
Yeah.
You've got to hit end broadcast. When you end broadcast.
For about another 3,000 hours, okay?
Yeah, no dramas.
Yeah.
Don't not